Hello, hello. My name is Corwisi, and this is death research. May 5th, 2023. Significant research theory to reclaim the date is 0023. So significant research theory 0023 of May 5th, 2023. My name is Corwisi. I'm a patient of U of M Hospital. Excuse me. Weed. Weed. So my name is Corwisi. I'm 44 years old. January 25th, 1979. And I do smoke cannabis to help maintain and to distribute the quality of resistance from the world, so I can hold my balance better while I'm sick. The research here isn't about cannabis and illness as much. I, Corwisi, have had 43 traumatic experiences while being intubated and near death and hospitalized 43 times since 1999 to 2010. And upon being retrieved, I guess, by something or whatever, myself even, I realized that I really did like who I was. So did I retrieve myself? In evidence of science through maths, it says the quality should be there. And if it is, you definitely retrieved yourself. Believe it. That 43 intubations gave me a reflex of weird shit all the time, basically. Because what I'm about to say is real, and something just attacked me. What 43 intubations gave me was the respect that my mind, my heart, and my body all felt the same calculus that I was. Soul, energy. This is way more advanced. Lying there traumatized 43 times over 23 years to the near death, like stopping breathing and collapsing and death, pretty much, just coming back. My brain and my heart and my mind and my body and my being, my soul or whatever, it clicked. It clicked. And it was like, fuck, dude, what do? I really, really like this person that I am. And I want out of this. I want to enjoy who I am. I want to enjoy who I am. And so in 2009, I was kind of stolen. And someone tried stealing what I was. And they danced a really funny dance. And tried to blind me of stealing me. So it's really weird that while I was laying there traumatized, really thinking about myself and, what do I do if I like it? What if I do if I like this guy? What if I do if this guy is what I want? And it's not working. It's just, I finally got what I want, and it's just not working at all. I keep going down. So something in me snapped and was like, fuck it. I'll get it myself. And when I did that, something snapped. What the fuck? You're a problem, man! Something snapped on me. You're fucking full of shit, dude. You're full of shit. See what I mean? Something literally tried stealing me. Well, it's right there. Every time I start coughing really aggressively, he's trying to interrupt me. And he doesn't want me to have me. And he's a fucking freak. No, this thing is a fucking freak. You're damn right you are. So anyway, I realized that I found a calculus in myself that I really liked, and that my body agreed with, and that my mind agreed with, and that my heart agreed with. And in this situation right now, I leave my heart out of it a lot. It is a very vulnerable piece of me, and I don't want anything in it. So I don't talk about my core relationships with myself. I realized once I had that calculus in myself, and I went to retrieve myself to say, fuck it, I'll do it myself. Something tried stealing me. Something really bad came out of nowhere and danced a really scary, beautiful, rapist dance over my life. And it kept me from trying to figure me out. It kept me from trying to know what I found in myself. And it was a very high-powered dance of beauty, and I'll give you this much of yourself for touching and holding. I'll give you this much of yourself for colors of people's faces, and I'll give you this much of yourself to fucking drown with no money. So when you die, I get to keep it. And I found this chasing me when I realized I got stolen. And it was like, well, what is this? I took it very seriously. I was in a shamanic journey, and I was not being controlled very well. I was in a lifting, overwhelming journey of a drug made out of this place. A drug made out of this place to steal me right from my body, and then paint it any way they could. And that's what I found going on our planet and humanity. And I'm broadcasting this right now because this is my research on death. This is research of death. So in the research of death, there's no commitment of morals or law even. And what does that mean is that death could respond. Death, people, life, could, money, respond to what is going on our planet. And evidence to these creatures like money and water, fire and giants of rocks and UFOs and Bigfoot. No, they're all their own individual response theory. Meaning, what I found in death is that I alone die. Therefore, it's a very, very personal key. In the same relativity, love will die with me unless I tell it to leave. God will die with me unless I tell it to leave. The owner of existence will die with you unless you tell it to leave. The universe, language, education will die with you unless you tell it to leave. Money won't die alone. Alone not at all. Money can't. Alone. Money, no. Money bad, no alone. Money, a tie, no alone. This doesn't, the mass, one money mass, delete. I would love to see that. It doesn't move It's the scariest thing. And then it doesn't swallow. I'm just kidding. I'm having fun with channeling ghosts and shit, you know? So, die. Die is exponential 1. Exponential prime 1. Every person, DIE. So when you lose the DIE and you live for 10,000 years, 50,000 years, 100,000 years, what's the exponential? Meditation. Sway. Song. Imagination. Fantasy. Dream. Put them all together. Drink it. Magic. Go buy a soda and tap the glass as many times as you want to add something. Imagination. Dream. Fantasy. Forward. Drive. Go. Drink it. You want to play with magic? Practice your brain first. Put your brain in your brain. Follow your brain. Die. What is death? That die. Put your brain in your brain and follow your brain. 1 personal key. I've had 39. I count 39. I don't count 42. 43. In my shamanic reality where I was really stolen, when they counted 39, it left me in control. So I just used 39. Scientifically, it's the boundaries of numerical mathematical science. At 39 times 1, control is probably the most logical mathematical scientific algorithm on the world. At 39, logic, control. So now, somehow my death and all my trauma transmute into a scientific commercial algorithm of what? So, God and angels and demons can't exist because they don't pay to. How do you pay to exist? Well, my imagination as a 7-year-old built a dragon. I go to my mom and I say, Mom, my dragon for my paper is outside. Mom just says whatever stupid and uses stupidity as a bridge to calculate. Go. No, that's payment. Go. So I don't have much time left, but so what is die is a personal commitment. It's a personal commitment between you, your forward, and your ability to see your forward, which can really be just hitting weed. Say hitting weed. Hitting weed. No, you're forward is hitting weed. A kiss. Kiss. Short exchange. Cryptic short exchange. Or whatever. So, irregularly, could my traumatic experience pay for college of this thing? Like, remove the planet, remove the sky. Could I go to college there with my medical relationship? What does money look like in there? A waiting fountain. So money's a waiting fountain in the middle of the look like there. And anyone can wait in it. So with my relationships, I've learned that college is free. The real college, real human college is free. Now, here's an idea. As the human condition says, prophesies, there will be a prophet of industry and imagination. Anyways, it's good for us because we're fucking imaginary magic foes. You know, we're the greatest magic foes in existence. Why doesn't anybody get their foe out and fucking use it? Well, the human condition is one of the greatest magics in existence. to one of the most standard structured and most ordained under security. Which means their shit's not that flashy. And their shit usually gets used to secure, disjoint, and remove shit while researching, embedding, and calculating prime resolution. Something that sticks. So, my traumatic relationships tend to bow out when it comes to education. I have 39 relationships that are seized under an imagination of something. Preferably in the human condition, on the world, in America, in Michigan, in my home. I have to support that in a conclusive prayer of my life, and how I dictate my words. And rationally, you don't get shit for free, so it's what it is. Now, in dying, D-I-E, or D-E-I, or D-E-I-D, or I'm sure the key works anyway, right? Well, one of the three letters that work anyway. You want to study a dying revolution and privacy. What are the three letters that work any way possible while in the language being three different letters? Well, somehow that's the language of death. And we say D-I-E. That the fact that D-I-E have a very deep stereo mass resolution in space. That D, I, and E all have a mass stereo resolution in space. And that these stereo resolutions define how we corrupt, fall down, and decay. But they don't define actual death. That death is a particular taste of money and taxes and territory. That housing and community can use death, but to DIE and decay, no. No, we take a lot of commitment to really hold on to what we have, because the way that decay really works is most of the things that really matter are too big to experience a small decay. And when small things decay, it just gets bigger anyway. And you gotta fix the big hole decay before the small hole decay. And down here in the human world, we're a minor hole decay. And the human can't get in the whole universe on a commitment of peyote or acid. But maybe a computer simulation. Maybe a computer simulation can do it. So a human can't get into the whole condition of the decay and cover up the main hole, fill the walls of the main hole, fill the floor of the main hole, go down a minor hole, fill all that the right way so it doesn't collapse, and then go down in their hole, which they get their own everything. Human is just their own everything. No one goes in, no one comes out, and they get their own everything. Because they're a universal experiment of life. And they're a great gift to existence to begin with. That existence didn't quite create humanity. That they're a reward. And humanity is a great reward. And that she actually has to keep every human as a prize for a long time. And that as soon as the prize condition starts falling, the human market kicks it right into gear and puts it back in place. And we commit to our prize condition just like she does. And we don't really have any other masculine form able to commit to our prize condition without screwing up the prize. So in the relative of that, as death and prophecy say, the Gnosis tradition says human is looking for a wall, a party forward front. That human doesn't commit the adultery of control ever. And that when the wall sways parties forward front, and the rhythm's great, and sounds awesome, that's their adultery of masculine control, party forward front. So, as a man of power in me, or what I'm learning now in my schooling of drowning out existence with the mass of my body, I'm learning that the human condition is very subtle and sensitive, and that is a very magical condition to play with, and that any human that can get their hands on it in a raw condition of themselves, take it by storm, and you can't fuck it up. And that's you. In a weird way, our brains say, commit to, and then you go to commit, and it's like, you want to drive me? Yeah. I don't want you to drive me. Oh, okay. And it's like, I should stop driving them. And then the human magically wakes up as an individual everywhere and says, hello, good morning, how are you? It's been a while. So, I mean, what is death? But when death states other things die tremendously all the time without being lost. And that human actually could be coming from a traumatic relationship like this, where somehow they've been walking zombies and medically coming out of a coma on this planet right now, just from the sound of a one-keyed near-death experience, coming back with the identity of himself, trying to dispose what is going on with me. I'm being attacked, I'm being stolen through evidence of a drug that's made out of this place, and trying to hijack me right from my body when they run across situations like, hey, do you know that kid invented a new form of matter? You should leave him alone. And then they're like, a new form of matter? 39 deaths. New form of matter. We're gonna leave him alone. Yeah, we're gonna leave him alone. Hey, you know that kid's really smart. Oh yeah, we're gonna leave him alone. So it kind of came really weird that the ounce of my spectrum of how much I cared and what I was not actually drenched in the epiphany of what the place thought I was. And it's a heartbreak to God and most of the place, because in me, when I clicked and found me, I fell through the whole thing and left everything behind, even God. And that's what they can't understand. I went through 39 traumatic relationships, found who I wanted to be. My body agreed, my mind agreed, my heart agreed. And I fell through all the beings until I was the last one in my body. Even God. And God held on like crazy white fire horse. Like, the only time I see God native is when he's losing me. Right now. Not wanting it to stop. Whenever that is. And I calculated me falling through 39 near-death experiences into my own me. And every living being just let go of me and let me hit my body and go, there you are. That's you. That's you for real. That's you. That's who you are. And all that shit, when you found that, you found the largest symmetrical volume of just yourself. And you're right, it wasn't any of them. It was just you. And that became the greatest threat to existence in that very moment. Everyone was going to try to destroy that relationship right there. So somehow when you die, you can actually become a threat to existence and others in existence. And if you do, it will reach around the front and fuck you up. So that's interesting that I found that in a curriculum of education where I massed out my life in a way that I was in control of the massing, 39, 46, 43, and I had to sit in one spot and identify myself, for me, not strip it out of measurement, strip it out of God, strip it out of the Bible. Who are you being while being attacked? Who are you being while being shredded and ripped upon? And shouldn't these have been the statements God took me away to my side and said, sir, it looks like you're being shit on really bad. Is there anything I can do to help you? And God never actually did his job. And I never got to do my job with me. Corey, it looks like you're being shit on really bad. Is there anything I can do to help you? And God exists in that moment because the relationship in the space existed. Anything locally saw me, wanted to say, that looks like it hurts. Is there anything we can do for you? So God held that away from me. Insisted it was about money. And God threatened the shit fucking kicked my ass. Because I died. And the strangest part about this, the shamanic relationship with God, when threatened, will paint himself any fucking thing he wants. Get in your head. And hold you down and beat the shit out of the colors you are. And that's my report for now. I'll be back, and you be prepared, because I learned how to crush God's skull with my math, and I hope to share it with you. This is Lago G. Talk to pieces. Pieces do talk, Absoluto.